Typhoon Carina, also known as Gaemi, continues to enhance this monsoon. That enhanced Habagat, bringing those rain showers onshore across western Luzon, Mindoro, Palawan, and this is some video even out of Manila. We have been seeing those heavy precipitation all day today. Reports of flooding out here, and it's not just the NCR, of course. Even further towards the north, this is some photos out of Benguet, heading up towards Baguio, where some mudslides have also been seen due to this precipitation, which has added up well over 200 millimeters. I'm sure in some of these areas where we do not have official record keeping, kind of up in the rural areas in the mountains, they could have seen upwards of 3, 4, maybe even 500 millimeters. And more rain is in the forecast. This monsoonal enhancement is going to continue until this storm tracks over Taiwan and into China and finally weakens out, and that likely will not be until the weekend. And so until that happens, I mean, some of these rain totals could add up to 200 to 300 millimeters. That's what this showing here with the ECMWF over the course of the next 5 days. I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. Let's break down this storm system, at least closer to the center. We have this enhanced monsoonal flow, red rainfall warnings on the west coast, but there is still the signal force warnings for northern areas of Luzon, also off towards the Batanes Islands, signal force 2 in place at this time as well. So, you do have these high winds closer to the center of circulation where those tropical storm strength and gale force conditions do continue to extend out from. Meanwhile, our storm is heading off towards north, and we're also going to be talking about, and I'll talk more about this in just a second, this enhanced heavy rainfall threat for Taiwan. In the past, anytime we have a storm of this size smacking directly into the mountains of Taiwan, the center of circulation first off spreads a little bit, so the winds, like where this is going to be making landfall, you may see some of the highest winds even closer to Taipei just because it disrupts the eye so much, but also squeezes out the moisture, and there's going to be a tremendous amount of rain into Taiwan. But all the while this has happened, watch as this moves towards the north and west, we continue to see that southwesterly flow, which is going to be continuing for at least the next 3 to 4 days, piling up precipitation along the western seaboards. Here's another look at the rainfall accumulation from the ECMWF. I like this because it really gives you an idea of just how persistent this precipitation is and how it just is going to add up. You get saturated grounds, though, on top of this heavy rainfall. And, well, going back, this is the catalyst right here. You got already saturated grounds, you get more rain, the ground starts to give way, rivers start to swell, and we're going to continue to look at that additional threat of more flooding here. So, yeah, basically from in the Manila area up through Subic Bay, I still expect the threat of flooding, but especially in places like Benguet, La Union, San Fernando, Ilocos Norte, all under red level heavy rainfall warnings at this time. So it's not going to stop. Now you see the eastern seaboard, at least relatively drier in the Cagayan Valley, but it's a southwesterly enhanced monsoonal flow, friends, that we cannot get around. It's just going to continue like this. Actually, I like this graphic right here because we can kind of get an idea of the overall moisture flow here as this pulls off towards the north, and you can really see just the river of moisture. Watch this, right? Just like that. Yeah, that just continuing to pump in across our area. And yeah, as long as this flow keeps continuing and our kind of lever that is pulling it is our storm, we're going to still see that precipitation. All right, so all the while this is going on, our storm is, as I mentioned, moving over Taiwan, and that is going to continue to squeeze out that moisture. Passing just towards the west of Ishigaki-jima, that is the island in Japan just off the east coast of Taiwan, before coming on shore here. Now, this is thankfully a very rural area, and there's a reason for it, especially in the right front quadrant, actually a big national park right in here. Problem is, that still could be knocking out some roadways as well. And then those winds start to wrap around from the north, and that's going to start to push on shore into Taipei, of course. And I do think, some of these rain totals in Taiwan, outside, of course, the threat of damaging winds, are going to be well over 500 millimeters. And That's not an absurd thing to think about with the mountains of Taiwan here. It's definitely going to be some pretty serious flooding. It pushes on by. You notice Okinawa, more and more, less likely to see that threat of not only heavy rain, but definitely not damaging winds. I had some people saying, hey, should I start taping windows in Okinawa? Relax. This is going to be a pretty decent breeze from the south. Key thing, I think, is just be smart. Don't be the person that heads out to the coast and tries to take pictures of waves or anything like that over the course of the next few days. Along that southern seaboard, there's some dangerous cliff faces there that can catch you off guard with some of those waves breaking. So just be extra careful if you are out here. Yeah, the storm's passing towards your west, and our main tension is, of course, focused on Taiwan and the northwest coast of Luzon, but definitely still going to be looking at some impacts here. But the broader picture, of course, you see, yeah, we're still going to watch this storm system at pulse north, and then it's going to bring some heavy rainfall to southeastern areas of China as well. So they're going to be looking at some flooding here too. Meanwhile, Praparun, by the way, flooding precipitation taking place in Hanoi. They've been watching us out here in Vietnam. Northern areas of Vietnam actually been seeing some decent rain. So roads there in Vietnam have been covered in Hanoi. So some impacts to travels there and stuff like that. No surprise there too. All right. So if you are in the forecast of this storm system, either of them or any other one, just remember, know your official information from sources. Pagasa actually just did a press briefing, and I watched it right before putting out this update. So they're doing a great job staying on top of the storm, as well as the Taiwan Meteorological Agency if you are out there. All right, I will keep you guys posted. I'm going to try maybe do a Facebook Live later today. So if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section on this video. I'm going to try to answer that in my next update. All right, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there. Boy, it's a lot of rain still in the forecast here, friends. Bye.